Good afternoon, students. Today I'll discuss the next chapter of that particular book, and the topic is branching and looping. About this branching and looping, so we are discussing that part today. So this video. I hope you have gone through the last two videos. If any queries are related to that video or related to that lecture, please do comment on the below comment sections of the video. Your comments will be helpful for me or for us to better understanding of any particular topic which has been less emphasized, or maybe you are not understanding any particular topic. Those things be possibly discussed. Do comment about the video. Okay. Without further delay, let's move on to that discussion. Branching and looping. So basically, we call it as decision control and looping. Now, the decision control statement used to alter flow of the sequence of the instruction. This statement helps to jump from one part of the program to another on whether a particular condition is satisfied or not. So the decision control include statement, if else statement, else if statement, case. So comes to the if statement. The if statement is the simplest form of decision control statement that is used in decision making. The general form of the simple statement shown in this figure. So here is the decision control loop. Here is the decision control expression, which is known as test expression. If it is true, this will be executed, and if it is false, then it will goes to that another state, another statement or another stage. So this is known as the decision control. Now the syntax is if the test expression. So what condition we have to check, that will be written in, within the parentheses, and within the braces we have to write the what is the statement. So if this condition satisfies, it will go on executing this part. If this condition is not satisfied, it will go on executing this statement X. So that is the simplest form of that decision control. Now some complex or some advanced part of that if else statement. That if statement is if else statement. So there are two parts of this. So one is test expression, one is statement block 1, and for false there will be a statement block 2, and both are terminating at statement X. So the basic difference is only statement block 1 will be executed if it is true, and otherwise it will goes to statement X, terminating at statement X. But in the case of if else statement, there are two statement blocks for each part. For true, there will be a statement block. So here this is statement block 1, and for else part there will be a statement block within the braces, and after executing these two parts, either if or either else part, the execution goes to the next statement X. Okay. So that is the basic difference. So in practice, you try to put else whenever you doing if using if. So try to put else. It is a good practice. Otherwise, otherwise do comment on that end of this loop. Otherwise, it will be difficult for a long length program to find out if any error generates. Now, this is one example of if statement. So int x equals to 10 if x greater than 0, x plus plus printf %dx or return 0. So this will print 11x as the printf x equals to 11. So this will print 11 as we have defined x equals to 10. So if x equals to 0, so it will goes to 0, and if we take that value of x, then we check this condition whether x equals to 0 or not, then it there may be a chance to that it is goes to directly return 0 statement. And this one is the example of if else program. So whether the number is even or not. So we know that it is a % 2 equals to 0 if it is even, and else it will print odd. Okay? And at the end we will return 0. Okay. So this is two examples of if and if else statement. Now else if is present. So these are nested decision condition. We call this nested loop. So if not a nested loop, but whenever one condition is true, we goes to one block, and then we goes to the final statement y. Otherwise, if it is false, we goes to another check decision checking. If it is true, it is goes to another statement block. Then it is goes to statement y. If it is false, it goes to another statement block. Then it is goes to statement y. So else if is required when one decision is not satisfying, and then we put another branching. So this is basically called as branching. So if else is basically is a branching method. So we can see that we have branch. So true false. Now this false, there is another two branch true false. Okay, so it can be possible that for this true there will be another two blocks true false. Okay, so depending our objective, depending on the problem, this will be used if else if statement. Now goes to switch case. A switch case statement is multi-way decision statement. So switch case, that means there will be multiple options are there. So based on our choices, the particular portion of the program will be executed. Okay. So we called it as switch case. A switch grade, there is a program switch grade. So case A. So if if grade should be grade is a variable here, so it should be taken as an input. A character should be taken as an input. So if I put grade as a input grade at a, so the printf it will print excellent. So a grade makes it print excellent, and after case we have to break. So this break means it will goes to the end of this switch case loop. Okay, so it will come out from this loop. So we cannot further take or further take the cases. Okay. So only one case will be taken at a time, and after the end of the after the execution, this is the execution portion for the case A. This is the execution portion for the case B. So after this execution, one break will come. So this break will take the switch case or terminate the switch case, and it will move outside of the switch case and goes to the next statement present in the program. Okay. So there will be a default option. So if A, B, C is not entered, so there will be an invalid crate. So there will be print as invalid crate. So similarly, we can use 1, 2, 3 depending on our option. I have discussed some problems related to this switch case in our classroom. So there we have taken, say, suppose in calculator. So that can be used to uh, print or print or do different operations. So for case A, we can do that addition. For case B, we can do subtraction. For case C, we can do uh, division. For case D, we can do multiplication, and default will be invalid input, like that, or invalid operation we can do. So this is switch case. There is a program with the switch case. So this is a program with the else if statement, and this is a program with the switch case. So enter a number from 1 to 7. So it will scan the number, and if we put 1, so it will print Sunday. It will print Sunday. If we put 2, it will print Monday, and if we put 3, it will Tuesday, and so on. Now in all other cases, it will print wrong number. There are some iterative operations, so those are branching, and I come to the looping portions. The earlier portion, switch case and if else, these are branching, and another is looping. We called it iterative operation. So while loop, do while loop, and for loop is known as iterative operations or looping operations. We come to the while loop. The while loop is used to repeat one or more statement which is particular condition is true. So we have a condition, and if it is true, it will be executed. The statement block which is inside the bracket braces, it will be executed. If the condition is not satisfied, then it will goes to the immediate statement after this braces, or after this loop we call. So the condition, if it is true, it goes to the statement block and update the condition and back to the another branching portions, another joining portions where statement X is present, and if it is false, then it goes to statement Y. Okay, so this is known as the while loop. Do while loop, so there will be a do statement and do while the condition. Okay, so first it will do the executions, then it will check the condition. If satisfied, then it will goes to the another execution. If it is not satisfied, then it goes to statement Y. Clear? If the in while loop, we have initially a condition is given, and it will checked after the execution of the first. It is checked, then the execution started. After the execution, it will checked. If it is met, then again the loop will go on, and it will update. The condition will be update to, must be updated inside the loop, and if it is not met, the condition is not satisfied, it will goes to the statement X. But in do while loop, uh, that we have the first the execution of our statement will be occur, and after that the condition will be checked. Okay. So that is the basic difference between while loop and do while loop. So there is some disadvantage of the do while loop is that they always execute at least once. So even if the user enters some invalid data, the loop will execute. So it will execute once, at least once. Okay. So we cannot avoid this for do while loop. Okay. So in some cases also it is required to check before the starting of the loop. So in that case also, it is good, uh, but sometimes it could be a disadvantage for some programs. So this is a do while loop, and there is some programs here. So I equals to 0 while I less than equals to 10, printf I, and I equals to I plus 1. So I plus equals to 1 can be also written, and here you have you can see that using double slash one comment is then the condition updated. So this condition updation is required, otherwise there is the loop will go on infinite. Okay, so if this condition is not updated, only it will go on infinite loop. Similarly here also do. Now I equals to I plus 1, so 1 will be printed, then it will check it is okay, then goes to the do portions again. Okay. So after checking this statement, it will move on to this line. It will not move on to this int I equals to 0. It will move on to this do line. So this is do while loop and while loop. Next, come to the for loop. We are very familiar with this for loop. The procedure is first portion is initialization, then condition, then increment, decrement, or update condition, whatever the requirement is there. Now within the braces there will be statement block, it will be executed, and the condition will be checked. After execution this will be occurred, then condition will be checked, and then the execution will be again done if the condition met, and if the condition doesn't met, it will goes to this statement Y. So when a for loop is used, the loop variable is initialized only once. So variable will be initialized only once, and with every iteration of the loop, the value of the loop variable is updated, and the condition is checked. If the condition is true, the statement block of the loop is executed. Else, the statement comprising the statement block of the loop are skipped, and control jumps to the immediate statement following the loop body. Okay. So for all these cases, whenever the condition doesn't met, it will check the immediate statement following the loop body. Okay. So this is one program for a for loop. So this is we have initialized I and n, and we are taking value of n, and for I equals to 0, I less than n, then printf I. So I will be, it will start from 0 and it will go on up to n. Here you can see that I less than equals to n, so it will 0 to n, it will print 0 to n. So first I equals to 0, then it will be checked, okay, I less than equals to n, and I plus plus, it will I plus plus will occur, and the printf this will be print 0 and I plus plus will occur, and again this I less than equals to n will be checked, print of I will be done, and again I plus plus will occur. Now we have seen that this break has been used in the case of switch, also in anywhere in case of if statement or anywhere we can use a break statement. So break means it terminates the execution uh, of the particular loop. Okay, when compiler encounters a break, the control passes to the statement that follows the loop in which the break statement appears. Its syntax is quite simple, just type keyword break and so it's the switch statement. If break statement is missing, then every case from matched case level to the end of the switch, including the default, is executed. So in switch case, if we don't put break statement, then each of the case will be executed. Okay. Now continue statement. The continue statement only appear in the body of the loop. When the compiler encounters a continue statement, then the rest of the statement in the loop are skipped and control is unconditionally transferred the loop continuation portions of the nearest enclosing loop. Okay. So here, if placed within the box of the loop, the continue statement causes a branch to the code that updates the loop variable. For example, if I equals to 5, then continue. This means that it will not print the value of I equals to 5 or 6. Okay. So the rest statement is loop of the skip are skipped. That means if continue is given, so this after this continue, this statement will be skipped and it will goes to I plus plus, and after that it will check this I less than equals to 10, yes, then it will check this no, then printf I. So here 5 will not be printed, here the 5 will not be printed. So that is the condition of this loop. Okay, so continue will skip the rest portions of the loop and it will move to the not initial condition, it will move to the the loop continuation portions, that is I plus plus or I less than equals to 10. In cases of if it will for any loop also, for say while loop, it will continue means in case of in a while loop, if this continue statement is given and after continue statement say 4 or 5 lines are present, then those 4 or 5 lines will be skipped and it will go on to the starting of that while loop. Clear? Now go to statement is used to transfer control in specific label. So here must be here a label will be an identifier that specifies the place where the branch will be made. The label can be a valid variable name that followed by a colon. Okay. So go to read. So this is read is the label. Now this here it is read, a label is present. So this is known as the level. And if num less than equals to 0, it will go to read, so it will jump to level. Now if the num if for this case, here you have to put some number. So if the number is less than 0, then it will go to this read level. If the number is not 0, then sum equals to sum plus equals to num. So sum will be sum plus num. Then I will go to read and then check the then it will take the number. So sum of those numbers, whatever we are entering, can be done using this particular program. Okay, so this has been done using go to statement. So go to this, there must be a label, and we have to specify this label with go to a keyword. So for this case, this is the short discussions on this looping. This is the short discussion on the looping. I hope you have been understand these things. So if any queries are there, you can write a comment on the comment box of the video. I have discussed this in the classes clearly. Still, if you have any queries, you can obviously ask through the comment box. And if you have any suggestions, please write on the comment box. I'll try to implement those suggestions. Thank you very much.